Hey guys, so I got a Charley horse a couple hours ago and I felt so painful. It's probably one of the most painful things ever. Probably not the most painful thing ever, but it's pretty up there in pain. And I want to explain to you in this video what it is, how to stop it, and a little bit about my history with Charley horses. So Charley horses, it's a specific type of muscle spasm or pain, usually in the legs, but it could be in any body part. But it often happens in the legs, and it's really painful. It literally feels like part of your leg wants to go this way, and the other part of your leg or your muscle wants to go the exact opposite way, and it literally feels like your legs being torn apart, and someone's literally like twisting your muscles. And I've done a lot of research on this, and basically it's pretty much caused by a deficit in chemicals, specifically electrolytes like calcium, potassium, or water in your system. Now, I just want to give you a little story about my whole journey with Charley horses. I used to get them when I was really young, and they were really painful. And I was very confused. It was past puberty when I first started getting them, and they weren't super frequent. Then I started running track and field and running a lot, and they started happening a lot more, especially in the middle of the night. And then a few years passed and it kind of just died away. I mean, it would still occur occasionally, but it wasn't frequent enough for me to really like raise my eyebrows, and they were really painful, but I quickly forgot about them, usually because I was more focused on getting sleep, because oftentimes I didn't get enough sleep. And now they've started coming back a little bit more, and I've noticed a few things. First is that I think exercise usually makes them occur more. Maybe this is because when you exercise you lose more water through sweat, and so you're more dehydrated. Or it could mean just that when you're exercising, especially running, it drains a lot of the electrolytes in your system, which creates a deficit, and that lack of electrolytes pretty much prevents your muscles from functioning properly, and they need those minerals to actually contract and pull and relax, and it goes all out of whack when you don't have the right minerals in there, which makes sense. So that's kind of my history with them, and for my whole life they've happened a lot. I don't know about most people, but I do think that athletes get them more. When I was running track, I did see a lot of athletes get them. Average people, like people who sit and play video games, I've never seen them even talk about them. Not saying that it's better to play video games. You're probably going to live longer, be more healthy and in focus if you exercise, but you have to provide the right nutrition for yourself so you don't get these side effects. And they're really painful, and honestly they really hurt. So I just want to give you some advice on what I found helped in terms of treatment and prevention. In terms of treatment, you know, I've seen really long time track coaches who have coached for decades, who have literally on the spot treated a Charley horse, which is really painful for some of their top athletes. And I've also seen just people who go to the gym often, who have immediately helped me or others with a Charley horse, and it really sucks. But basically I've seen them do pretty much the same thing, which is that you want to massage the muscle, and it's almost, for me it's almost always the calves of my legs, and you always want to massage them in the direction that they are naturally aligned to go. So usually when a Charley horse occurs, let's assume that this is my leg right here, right? Maybe this part will like move this way and this part will move this way, but the actual leg is kind of like up and down, so you kind of want to massage it like this. And so this is my leg here, same type of thing, you know, assuming you can see my leg, it's this like up and down calf, same type of thing. Another thing is to lay it out straight, maybe elevate it. So make sure you elevate the muscle, massage it, and it will go away. But what's more important than treating it is preventing it in the first place, so you don't get it every other day. And that is two big things. One is getting enough water. Now this may seem common sense, but that's the problem. That's why no one does it. Measure how much water you drink every day. It seems a bit tedious, or it may seem like, oh, I'll do that, but no one ever does it, and I didn't do it, and that's the problem. So how much water do you actually need per day so that you can measure it? Well, I did some research, and I went to mayoclinic.org, which is probably one of the top medical institutions in the world, and they said that the Institute of Medicine on their website suggests that the average man drinks roughly 13 cups of water every day, which is equal to 3 liters of water. So of course, find a good water bottle. Perhaps it's a 1 liter bottle of water. Then you know that by the end of that day, you need to drink 3 bottles of that water. And what you'll find is that most people don't drink that much, which is why they dehydrate or they don't have enough water and get the cramps. Second reason is usually some level of electrolyte. Now there's great videos on electrolytes and what type of minerals are out there, but the basics are calcium, magnesium, potassium are the big 3 that you need. And there's plenty of healthy ways of getting them. Of course, you can Google specific foods that contain these if you want to get particular with your eating tastes. But some obvious ones are probably milk, or probably bananas. Bananas are the biggest one. So make sure you get enough of those into your system. And if you do, you shouldn't have as many problems with Charley Horses. Thanks, and subscribe.